Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to Boeing Phil. Today we're at the airport with the world's shortest runway. This is Juancho A Yrausquin Airport in the Dutch Caribbean. Let's get started. First aircraft up is the 737-800 with the Southwest livery. So first thing to do, let's reverse thrust back to the end of the runway. Let's use up as much runway as we can. And that has gone terribly wrong. Alright, now we are at pretty much the very end of the runway. And that's pretty much all the space we will need. So let's adjust these flaps now. I would say around 15. There we go, flaps 15. And now let's get ready for takeoff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the brakes, and then I'm going to get the engine up to full throttle first, and then I'll let go of the brakes. Let's see how that works out. And now let's release the brakes. Slight tail strike there, but we are off. Looks like we can successfully take off the 737 barely. So let's see what else is next. Alright, now we are at pretty much the very end of the runway. And that's pretty much all the space we will need. So let's adjust these flaps now. I would say around 15. There we go, flaps 15. And now let's get ready for takeoff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the brakes, and then I'm going to get the engine up to full throttle first, and then I'll let go of the brakes. Let's see how that works out. And now let's release the brakes. Slight tail strike there, but we are off. Alright guys, so now we have the Concord in the British Airways livery. And let's see if this guy can take off. Isn't she beautiful? Take a look at that nose. Alright, let's get this all the way to the back of the runway now. Hopefully she does not go into the water like the 737-800 did. This time let's go all the way to the back of the gray over here. Whoa! Good thing we have that tail gear. She did a wheelie. Alright, now let's get into cockpit view and warm up her engines. In forward thrust. Let's take a look at that. And it looks like her engines are warm. So let's go for the takeoff. Looks like she already wants to get off the ground. Let's just keep pulling up. Will she go? No, she does not go, and that has gone horribly wrong. But man, she looks good as a boat also. Alright guys, so now we have the Boeing 747-400 in the United livery. I honestly wish that this came with another livery besides the United livery. I mean, United doesn't even fly the 747 anymore. Nothing wrong with United, I quite like them now. They're a pretty decent airline. But I wish they had some other livery on here. Probably a Cathay Pacific or probably a Speedbird livery would be really nice. Anyway, let's get this guy to the back of the runway. Alright. Now for whatever reason, the throttle on my joystick is not working for reverse thrusts on this aircraft. So I'll have to do this all manually. Let's get him back. Let's get her back to the end of the runway. That has gone slightly horribly wrong. And now she's going forward. What is going on here? Seriously, what is going on? Alright, let's try that again. Alright then, for whatever reason, my yoke seems to be not connected. I mean, according to this it's connected, but for some reason it's not working. Alright, looks like it's not working. I just unplugged it and plugged it back in. So, edge of the island, I guess that will do. Let's set the flaps. Let's set the flaps to 15. You know what, 20 should be fine. That should be a good setting for flaps takeoff right now. Alright then. You know what, 20 is too low. Let's do a 10. Yeah. Flaps 10 should do it. Alright then. Let's hit the brakes and warm up the engines. Alright, that's overheated. Let's go. Alright. Please take off. That looks amazing, and it has gotten off the ground. Somehow it has gotten off the ground. I am still amazed by that. Look at her, the beautiful queen of the skies. And she's banking. And smashes right into the ground. Alright guys, here's the last aircraft, and probably the one you guys been anticipating. This is the A380 in the Qantas livery. Honestly, I had a hard time finding a livery to match this aircraft. It's just something about the design and it not being able to match with all the liveries that I came with. Anyway, so let's pull her back all the way to that gray part over there, and then let's take her off. Something is definitely off with the rudder. Alright then. Alright, there we go. Very edge of the gray part. Let's switch over to forward thrust. Get in the cockpit. Obviously, you got misaligned with the runway. There's something to do with the rudder trim, I think. Alright, let's put on the brakes and warm our engines up. Also, while we're at it, let's turn the cabin seatbelt sign on and let's hear the safety briefing. Alright, engines are warmed. Let's release the brakes and take off. And I forgot to set the flaps. Let's try that one more time. And while that's loading, alright, let's try that. Alright, let's try that one more time. First, let's back her up. Release the brakes. There's definitely something odd with that. Alright, and brake. Alright, that's just behind. That's still on the grass, so it should be fine. Alright, let's turn on the seatbelt sign. Listen to the safety briefing and set flaps. Yeah, that should be good. Alright, let's get ready to take off now. Throttle is forward, full throttle, brakes on. Alright, how is the engine warming up going? Alright then, we should be good for takeoff. The freeware A380 has got to be better than the payware A380. I mean, it comes with the safety briefing. And yeah, the A380 cannot take off from this airport. Anyway guys, after signing off, I realized that I didn't film the landing portion of the video. So let's start off with a 737-800 in the Southwest livery. Let's go choose the airport, customize it, and let's do 10 nautical mile approach just to be safe. And you know what? 10 nautical mile approach is not going to be working. Alright, change of plans. Let's do the 3 nautical mile approach. So let's change location, customize, 3 nautical mile approach, runway 12. Let's confirm that. And let's start a new flight. Alright. Flaps on max, gear down, runway's down there, speed is good. Let's add a little bit of throttle. So here's the plan. We're going to reverse thrust right before we touch down. Not standard operating procedure, but that's my procedure, so. Alright then. Field in sight.
500. 400.
Speed seems good.
300.
More throttle.
200.
Reverse thrust. Full.
100.
Let's see if we can get it. No! Well, at least we're on the field. That was a terrible landing. And so you cannot land a 737 at the airport either. The runway is just too short, there's so little room. And I am terrible at landing large planes at small airports. And on that bombshell, it's officially time to end this video. If you like what you saw, be sure to leave a like. If you might consider subscribing. Hey, it's free. You might as well do it. It supports me. And then go check out German Aviation. Go subscribe to him because he's a really good friend of mine, and he also helped me start this YouTube channel, so it would be really great. Anyway, be sure to follow me on Instagram also at BoeingPhilYT, and I'll see you guys real soon.